Good day all. In our previous lesson, we talked about the colon and its uses, and I promise that today I'm going to talk about argumentative essay, but I feel it's good to complete the rest of the punctuation marks given in our syllabus. So today we are going to talk about the semicolon. Introduction. The semicolon is a pause which is longer and stronger than the comma. Because of this, some people refer to it as a weak full stop. It is midway between the comma and the colon. That's to say that it is similar to colon, and it is stronger than comma, and it is the weak form of full stop. And in our previous lesson, remember I told you, I say that comma, semicolon, and colon have similar usage, and in expressions that are joined by coordinating conjunction, you may decide to omit the coordinating conjunction and then use any of these mentioned punctuation marks. For instance, if I have a sentence like this: Rinret and Angela visited Justina today, but they did not see the new car she bought. So I can decide to omit the coordinating conjunction but and replace it with any of these punctuation marks I've mentioned. For instance, I can say Rinret and Angela visited Justina today. They did not see the new car she bought. So as I will continue with the rest of the explanation, you will understand much better. So the following are the different ways in which semicolon is used. Number 1. The semicolon separates main clauses in compound sentences. So when we talk of clauses, they are a group of words that have subject and predicate, and it can make a complete thought or not. That's why we have two types of clauses. We have main clause and then we have subordinate or dependent clause. So talking about compound sentence, they are a group of words that contain two or more main clause joined together by what we call coordinating conjunction. So the use of semicolon in this case is that where this conjunction are missing or omitted, we can use the semicolon. So you can see this in the following sentences. Mr. Levy pleaded innocent of the crime. He denied being in Gendry at the time of the incident. So when you look at this sentence, you will discover that we have two main clauses in this sentence, separated by what we call semicolon. And the second sentence, the baby was crying. The mother could not find out the cause of its discomfort. So this one too is similar. We have two clauses here separated by semicolon. So you can see that in these two sentences, we can equally use the coordinating conjunction to join these sentences together. But where it is absent, we can use the semicolon. It separates clauses joined by the following conjunctions: however, therefore, yet, furthermore, etc. So instead of that means it normally comes before these conjunctions. For instance, Joy reeled in the line slowly and carefully, yet she never suspected she could be seen by the teacher. So you can see that yet here is our conjunction, and this semicolon comes before it. Secondly, the students misbehaved. Therefore, their principal punished them. So you can see that this two is separated by semicolon, and it comes before the conjunction therefore. So this is another use of semicolon. It emphasizes breaks between clauses, especially if one clause is long and has internal punctuations. So we're still talking about clauses. So that means it cannot be used in simple sentence. It's normally used in compound sentence, compound, complex, and complex sentences. So when you look at this, Grace had covered the town, east and west, north and south, street by street. Now she stopped at Mango in despair. So when you look at this long sentence, you will discover that it has two parts. We have two clauses there. The first clause is longer than the second one. So we use the semicolon to join them together. And apart from that, you will discover that the first clause has internal punctuation like comma. So this long sentence is also joined with the semicolon, and the first part of it is longer than the second clause in this sentence, and the first one has internal punctuation, that is comma. It's separated by the use of comma, but it is finally joined with the semicolon to make a complete thought. It is also used to balance contrasting ideas. Remember when I was explaining the uses of calling, I made mention of this. So also this one too can be used to join contrasting ideas or contradictory statements. For instance, my brother likes dogs. I dislike them. Sarah loves her mother. Bethel hates her. Every child has fears, must outgrow theirs. So when you look at all these sentences, they are contradictory statements. So joined together by what we call semicolon. It is used in citing references for clarity. For instance, the population of Jos in 1953 was 250. In 2002, 1,200,000. So when you look at this clearly, you will see that we're making the reference of today of 2002 population to that of 1953. Secondly, last year, the measure of rice was 250 naira. This year, 500 naira only. So you can see that we can use the semicolon to make references for clarity. Note: the semicolon is mostly used where coordinating conjunctions are missing or omitted in clauses. So I want you to take note of this, so that you will not always overuse the other punctuation marks. There are times that you can omit your coordinating conjunction, your conjunction, and then use the semicolon. And there are times you can use the comma. There are times you can use the colon. There are times that you can join the clauses by the use of coordinating conjunction. So it is very necessary. Assignments: punctuate the following sentences using the semicolon and the comma as appropriate. Number 1. The students were demonstrating. No one knows the cause of their grievance. Secondly, the children talked noisily. Their mother angrily ordered them to keep quiet. Thirdly, the cops arrived. Weeping and wailing rent the air. She reread her answer scripts with great care. Nevertheless, there were some spelling and grammatical errors. The roads were flooded, therefore, we traveled to Lagos by air. So you are to submit this assignment through the displayed number. And by God's grace, we are going to consider the use of inverted comma or what we call quotation mark in our next lesson. But if you can look at all these sentences, you will discover that it's very difficult to read them because they are not well punctuated. So use the appropriate punctuation mark and submit it through this number. And make sure you do it on time. because if you are to submit this assignment between today and tomorrow. Good day.